Buckle up. We're back for episode 6. I'm here with my anonymous guest, Big D. He is a great friend, hilarious person, great personality, high energy. You're going to love him. He works for an airline, which is why we had to keep him anonymous. And he's going to tell us the story of his international flight that went horribly wrong, and he had to save Christmas. And you're going to find out how he did it. It's an epic tale. It's one that he's going to tell his children, his grandchildren, his grandchildren's children. And it's a story for the books. And if you like what you're hearing, if you have a travel disaster of your own, I want to hear it. Send it to me. Don't be shy. I know you have some. You have some. Your roommate has some. Your doorman has some. Your ex-girlfriend probably has some. If you need an excuse to text her, tell her about this podcast. Great conversation starter. And send me your travel disasters. We are traveldisasterspodacst@gmail.com. And if you are listening on Apple Podcasts, why don't you go ahead and give a little subscribe. Give a little subscribe. You know you want to. And if you like what you're hearing, go ahead. Give me a 5-star review. We got a couple of 5-star reviews. Big shout out to Bobby Beck, who it sounds like I'm related to, but Scout's honor, I am not related to anyone named Bobby. And he said that this is the funniest podcast that he's listened to, and we only have 4 episodes out, and he can't wait for more. So if you give me a 5-star review, I will read it on the air. And if you have social media, follow us. We are Travel Disasters on literally everything, and we'll update you on episodes that are being released. We'll post pictures of everybody in their travels that's been on the show so you can feel like you're there, and stay tuned for upcoming shows. If you like this podcast, you're definitely going to love the other podcasts in this network. One of my best friends, fellow comedians, Mike O'Keefe, has a podcast, Buddy of the Groom, The Search for Multiple Idiots, where he interviews people to see if they are cool enough to plan a bachelor party for him and be his best man in his wedding. So great podcast coming at you hot. And this podcast is about to be a killer. So get ready for it. We're going on an adventure of a lifetime. Oh my God! Ah! Baby, we're going on the trip from hell, where every flight is missed, they lose your luggage, and you're in the middle seat between a sumo wrestler and a screaming baby. Don't worry, I'm coming along for the ride. I'm Mary Kate Beck, and this is Travel Disasters. What's going on? I haven't seen you in a while. We try to stay in touch as much as possible.
We do a fairly good job for being in our mid to late 20s, I feel like. I mean, no baby pictures to like yet, no engagement photos.
Right. We go way back.
We go way back. We made out a few times, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah. Funny.
Remember that time?
Until I found my real path in life.
We lived we went to college together. We didn't live together. I practically lived at your house when you were a senior.
You were cool.
Though.
You were cool.
Yeah.
Can I say bitch on podcast? Oh.
So you were a senior?
I was a senior.
In college, and I was a brand new freshman. So I'm 18, you're 22, which
21 and a half.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a summer baby.
Just seeking out the fresh meat.
Exactly. So I used to live at your house. Your house was a party house in college.
It was a big party house.
And do you remember that time when I got so drunk and I thought that I was locked out of my dorm or something? Remember we were tearing apart the house. I thought that someone stole my purse and took my keys, and we shut the party down. We were like, everyone get out.
That sounds.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. It was a drunken year for all of us. I do remember the time that you cut your leg during a lover's tryst.
Ooh, what?
Remember?
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, no. It was my arm. That's why my nickname in college was Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary.
Because I had a lover. We'll leave his name out of it.
Do you even remember his name?
I don't.
At this point?
Do. He ruined my life. Yes. So my nickname is Bloody Mary. I'll tell you the real story. I don't know if you know it, but we were in the midst of foreplay, and he had one of those Target mirrors in his dorm room or like apartment room, whatever you want to call it. It was a shack. And
Love Shack, baby.
We were fondling and undressing. It was passionate, and I was so blacked out that I just collapsed into the $5 Target mirror, and the mirror won. And
not the first time, not the last time.
I had a cut down my forearm, like the side.
It was vicious.
It was huge. And I probably needed stitches, like looking back to this day.
We needed a lot of things.
We did. We did not take care of ourselves.
Mental health, wellness check-ins.
100%.
Probably a lot of dialysis that we weren't seeking out.
Like IVs. Oh, so we woke up the next day after, because I was so drunk I didn't feel it. And we're just like still like hooking up. The lights are off. And then we wake up and like it looks like a fucking crime scene in the bed. Like everything was covered in blood because my blood was so thin from being drunk.
Seriously, I've had that. I've had enough drunken injuries to know that it is just a bloodbath.
And he was like, what the fuck? Like we woke up and like.
It's called consent, friend. Yeah. That's it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you could have ruined his life if you wanted to.
I know. I'm like, what did you do to me? But no, that's how I got my nickname Bloody Mary for keg races, for all school events.
All the events. Yeah. All the very sought after popularity events.
But you were just as bad.
Was I though?
Remember, you booked a flight to Ireland when you were blacked out. That was like my favorite.
Yeah, basically depleted and resent to my name. Made multiple international phone calls on my roommate's phone. Thankfully, got a refund on that.
Yes,
did not have to fess up. It was actually for my mother. It was a very sweet thing. We talk about it to this day. Some of my cousins might be listening. So,
how much did it cost?
I want to say like a cool like $930. But it was a big event. We wanted to be there. Emotions run high after 15 natural light beers,
my God, yeah. It's like everything makes sense. You're like, this is the most logical decision. This is why I was put on this earth, to make this decision at this point in my life. To spend my $900 life savings.
Exactly. I don't even remember. I did work this summer before, but of course, like, I made like $1,000.
Oh, that's hilarious. So that's a travel disaster in itself.
It is a travel disaster averted thanks to the good people at the now defunct Continental Airlines.
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah.
Or actually merger, whatever.
Anyway. Yeah. Well, I flew WOW Air, and that's not even a thing anymore. No. I'm like,
at least you were in midair when it was like, yeah, we've ceased operations. Literally, the plane is landing in the Atlantic right now.
Oh, my God. That would be crazy. But you have a story.
A tall tale.
I know. It sounds incredible. I have no idea what it's going to be.
It's harrowing.
What does that even mean?
The title of my story is called Assault in the Sky, The Boy Who Saved Christmas in the Era of Air Rage. Line break. A testament to the truth that not all heroes wear capes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm crying.
I'm
weeping.
It's something.
Wow. So that's a lot of information, but also not a lot of information. I know the time of year. I know that you're a hero.
Yeah.
But I know nothing else.
I guess we'll get started then.
I know. I can't wait. I'm on the edge of my seat.
It was a 6 p.m. flight from New York's JFK Airport to Shannon, Ireland.
Ooh, Ireland. Say that again.
Ireland.
Ooh.
On this, the day before Christmas Eve, we would be in Christmas Eve mid-flight.
Oh.
Which is essentially when all hell broke loose.
Oh.
And I was just a fresh-faced, young son of an immigrant traveling home for Christmas to meet my parents.
What?
And attend my cousin's wedding.
So your parents were already in Ireland?
They were already there. Lived here, went there. So I was just coming later.
Were you traveling by yourself?
I was traveling by myself.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it just makes it even a more harrowing scene.
And how long is the flight from New York to Ireland?
Only Ireland. Only like 5.5 to 6 hours, luckily.
And why were you flying from New York? You're from Shy originally.
Shannon, giving Shannon, Ireland a shout out. Hashtag, it's easier from Shannon. You can tag Shannon Airport in this actually. it's closer to where I'm based in Ireland. So I flew through New York in order to get to Shannon to essentially get back to my hometown, Malbay / Moloch. I need to give a shout out to my mom's and my dad's.
Gaelic in here, my God.
Just to get there faster. Essentially to make mass.
Yeah, okay.
It was an 8 p.m. mass. Had to be there, so yeah.
Good Catholic son.
Try to be.
Yeah. Make him proud.
Yeah, so, I mean, it was your classic last flight leaving North America to get to Ireland before Christmas Eve mass.
Yeah.
So I had to be on it. And it started off really nice. I mean, plane full of immigrants. Everyone's very jovial, very happy. So am I. We're going back to Ireland for Christmas. Like, seriously.
Everyone's so happy.
I had the window seat because obviously you want to put your head up and sleep. You want to people look out the window when you land. So yeah, I was just like chatting with my seatmates. I was in the window seat. There was a middle seat next to me, a guy in the aisle.
Who are your seatmates? Tell me about them.
Some older gentleman flying home for Christmas. I believe he was from Ireland, visiting New York, flying back home. And then the guy on the end was an immigrant from Houston, Texas, who was flying home. And he is kind of the villain of the story.
Oh, yes.
Because shortly after takeoff, I fell asleep. I was holding a pillow between my arms.
Did you fall asleep naturally, or did you take substances to fall asleep?
I took substance.
Yeah, baby. I was on a flight once, and I took a sleeping pill, but like too early. It was like while we were like getting ready to board the plane.
Oh, shit.
And then they were like, oh, we'll be delayed another 45 minutes. And I was like, what? I just took an Ambien.
Oh, God. Carry me. Yeah. Carry me. I'm falling.
Your limbs, like I could barely get my bag into the overhead because it was like, what the fuck? And then one of my friends texted me because I like Instagrammed it being like, took the sleeping pill too soon. I am loopy right now. And she was like, babe, you gotta wait till the wheels are up until you pop
you're
those.
You're a safety issue now.
Yes.
You're
a liability,
gonna deny
bitch.
you boarding, bitch. You're done.
So you took a sleeping pill, you fall asleep.
I fall asleep, have a pillow in between my arms. Someone violently rips it out from my chest.
Whoa.
It's the guy on the end who, little did I know, had spent 7 hours drinking at JFK before we took off.
Wow.
And the guy that I was sitting next to has mysteriously vanished.
Because he's being so disruptive.
He's being so disruptive, so belligerent that he asked to be moved while I was asleep, leaving me alone to fend for myself, my honor, the honor of the entire plane.
Yes.
But you know what? He's just joking around. It's Christmas.
Right. Yeah, you're like, I don't want to strike one, baby.
No, you're fine. We'll see at 3.
Yeah.
So I fall back asleep. All of a sudden, I'm resting my head against like the window, if you will, and he pulls my head back and cracks it against the fuselage of the plane.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
Holy
I'm like,
shit.
okay, we're at a strong strike 2 now. Like, this is.
Are you like nervous?
I mean, I
if
had
someone
my
laid their hands on me, I'd be like, hold on.
That's where the heroism comes in. Heroes don't get nervous. They just they act when it's necessary. And I'm like, okay, like your mammy is probably at home making the Christmas cake, expecting you to be there for Christmassy mass.
What's a Christmas cake?
Just your classic like cake with Guinness, etc.
See, I don't do these things.
I mean, you're American, so you just don't get it. But I was like, okay. The flight attendant walks by and is like, yeah, we're gonna keep an eye on him. Obviously, the guy next to me has already been moved, right?
Yeah.
So I drift back off to sleep.
Oh, how do you sleep after that?
The sleep aid that I took.
Oh, yeah.
Makes it easy.
You have a little friend to help you.
Yeah, just a little pick me up, bring me down. But I'm next violently awoken by a punch in the face.
Holy shit!
Yeah, so he's gotten to the point. The drink service came around. He got 2 bottles of wine.
Why are they still serving him drinks?
God only knows.
You're like,
before he was the red flag, I think. He was so jovial during the pre-boarding conversation. Yeah, but got punched in the face. Like literally just I don't know if that picks up
it
with
did.
Okay, good.
I felt it.
I mean, I'm still feeling it. I'm still reeling from the trauma. So punch in the face.
Okay.
And the flight attendant walks by and like, now it's like time to lay down the law.
Fucking on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't stop this shit. we're going to have police meet you at Shannon. Like,
we will strap a fucking parachute to you and
that would be nice.
yeah.
And that comes later in the story
off like
at this
DB
point.
Cooper.
And they're like, do you want us to move him? I'm like, you know what? It's a packed flight. Like, there are like
Put him in
older
the fucking cockpit with a straight jacket on. Like,
older
there are
people,
solutions.
children, women, everyone's excited. And I'm
Yeah.
like, if I make a scene, if I try and like retaliate, I mean, you know me, I'm from the south side of Chicago.
Yes.
I'll throw a bow
Yeah.
or two, but on a narrow body aircraft with a single aisle, I don't have the necessary wingspan to kind of get my fist where I want it to land.
Yeah, you need the...
I mean, sprawl space.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
stretch out first. I don't want
You
to
gotta
pull
like
anything.
crank it back and
Right.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, you know what? He can stay seated. I'm going to keep an eye on him. Like,
What?
I got you, girl.
You're
I mean, it's an all-female crew.
That's
You have a
true.
belligerent drunk male passenger. They did
Yeah.
an amazing
He would
job.
like wrestle him. He would wrestle the women to the ground,
Yeah.
probably.
Like
Drunk
the
Irishmen have
staff,
no...
just like, do you know that from experience? Or
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why they call me Bloody Mary.
Seriously, that mother's tryst. So I'm like, you know, I'll keep an eye on him. Okay, I'm a tough guy.
Yeah.
I'll keep him in line. But then he started like rattling the seat in front of him, which just happened to be a 4-year-old that he was like,
Yeah, like,
literally screaming
what?
fuck at. I'm like, okay, now it's time to press the call button. Now it's time to elevate the situation. But at the same point, you got to keep it calm because
Yeah.
we're the last flight out of North America.
Yeah.
Christmas is coming. Santa's coming.
Yes.
Christmas Eve Mass is like almost here.
There's 100 plus people on this flight that are depending on you, Day.
177. I did the math today, actually. I looked
God.
up the flight capacity, 177 souls. We're depending on me to get them home for Christmas.
For those of you who aren't here, he brought notes and he has it
did.
circled at the top.
It's
of
an
his-
important
He has
figure.
the number 177. That's how many lives. Well, 176. That rat bastard
fuck
doesn't
him.
count.
Fuck that here. So yeah, I pressed the flight attendant call button. Got to keep it chill. Don't want to cause a scene because
Yeah.
literally we just crossed over Newfoundland. So like the only option
You're like, we're in the
is
home
to
stretch.
spend Christmas in like Nova Scotia. And I'm like, fuck that. I
don't
gotta be
even
at
know what
Mass.
that is.
I
Yeah.
gotta be at Mass.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, we got to move this guy. Because now it's like, it's one thing when you're punching like a 28-year-old, like,
I know, but when
like
it's a
my
little
gorgeous face,
sweet
like
baby.
I'll take the blows for the 177 souls. Like I'll be the punching bag so we can all get home for Christmas.
Yes.
But you're bringing a child in the mix and that ain't cool.
My niece is like 4 years old.
Exactly.
I would
So
lose
imagine
it.
a drunken bastard screaming fuck while rattling her chair to,
Absolutely not.
oh my God. People are animals.
I know.
Um,
I'm just so curious why he was so upset. It's like, sir, we've given you literally everything you could possibly need. You got your bourbon mid-flight.
But that's the thing. Like he kept smirking me every time.
Right?
Like he
It's
would hit me.
no
I'm like,
one is
okay.
doing anything to you.
Like,
We're
again, we
sorry
can meet
you're
in the parking
flight.
lot. Exactly.
Like you bought the flight. Like why are you so pissed to be flying?
Like, you're going home for Christmas. Mammy has the cake. But I guess
Yes.
that's the thing. We don't know what he's going home to. We need to be so careful about that, you know?
Yes.
I mean, that's just, I was a Kairos leader. So I kind of get, like, everyone has a story,
Everyone has
right?
a story. What is that quote where it's like, be nice to everyone. You don't know what people are, you don't know what load they're carrying.
Seriously.
I like totally posted that as like a status once. And I'm like,
I mean,
oh,
you probably have it hanging in your apartment, though.
100%. I have it on like a little pillow.
Oh, or a nice little, like, painted wooden board that you
In
did with, like,
my-
a couple girlfriends at,
In
like, a
my
wine
breakfast
class.
nook.
Right. But yeah, so they moved him to a seat between two older ladies, thinking that they'd keep him in line. I would assume that they wouldn't punch them in the face. But
I would hope.
And then we're literally mid-Atlantic, and he gets up and stumbles drunkenly down the single aisle of the aircraft. It's like a Southwest flight, like three seats,
Yeah.
like not much room to move.
Yeah.
Or swing fists. I know.
I tried.
And he requests to deplane. He wants to get off now. He's done.
Oh.
And I mean, I think it would have been in the interest of everyone to let him. However, the whole like, we're all going to be sucked off to our deaths.
Yeah.
That sounded weird.
Yeah.
But so they sit him back down and just tell him to shut up and keep quiet as like a firm, strong Irish woman can.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out props to the lovely ladies of flight EI 110 leaving JFK at
God.
6 p.m. on the 23rd of December because they are the true, well, I'm the true hero, but they're like a strong secondary hero. So they handled it gracefully. I thank them for their
so
service.
Kept him on the plane. They're like, listen, we're not fucking landing this plane.
We live in such like a Sue happy culture that I could have put on my like Karen, I want to talk to the manager, like gorgeous bob haircut and like caused a scene and gotten like a huge settlement. But it's like Christmas Eve Mass is like 14 hours away.
Yes.
Like we do not have time for this bullshit. But yeah, so flight landed.
Amazing. I'm proud of you.
I thank them for their service.
Did everyone clap?
When I was a child, they used to.
Right?
It's nice.
They don't clap anymore.
We're such a jaded generation.
I know. We're
now,
like, you're doing your job. And I'm like, we survived. I think it's incredible. I'm going to start a clap. What if I started the wave?
Oh my God. Or like just throw up like an inflatable ball.
Yes. Yeah, confetti drops or like,
it's just nice to notice people like that.
Yes.
But yeah, saw the cheeky bastard in the baggage hall coming down off his hangover, about to start a new binge probably when he gets to the local pub.
I know.
Fuck him. Then obviously was regaling my parents with the story of my tale when I met them in the arrivals hall. My dad's like full on ready to just like, if I wanted to jump him in the parking lot, like what better father-son experience on Christmas Eve could you have? It's just like
your dad would have been all for it. He'd be like, kill him.
Like, that's the thing. It's like don't fuck with us.
I know.
But yeah, long story short, I took multiple blows to the head for a plane of 177 souls.
Oh my gosh.
Just so we didn't have to spend Christmas in like an airport hotel in Gander.
And what was it called?
Gander is just like the last point of call before you like hit the Atlantic Ocean, I think.
Oh, well, no. What's Newfoundland? What was that city that you...
Oh, I think it's some like
You're
Canadian
like Norwegian.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's like some Canadian like territory, I think. Essentially, it's all just a mixture of like the last possible place to land or to turn around.
Fuck.
So I'm like, these people need to get home to their turkey dinners, to their mammies, their daddies, their aunties, their uncles, their cousins, their lovers, their bastards. I don't know.
They're pets. Who cares?
They're pets.
Yeah.
So it was up to me to take the blows to weather the storm. I don't know what the two older ladies he was sat behind.
I know. I would have killed to see that interaction.
So like couple Hail Marys did the
for
trick.
real.
It's like shame that bugger.
Yeah. That block.
Exactly. So it's something else. I know. I'm proud of myself. I'm not going to lie.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
How was your Christmas outside of that? Was that like the story of the holiday where you're like, you wouldn't believe?
Yeah, it's like, you got to hear this.
Yeah.
You got to hear this. Sit down.
Gather round. I'd like to make a toast.
You want some tea? Here's the tea. Let's chat.
It was hard for you to drive here from the farmland to listen to this. Like, that's how I would be. I'm such an asshole.
Oh my God, you are. That was
I know.
Xenophobic.
I know.
Can we get a cut on that?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Erase it.
No, but there was definitely a talking point, a discussion. Everyone loves a good story. You got the usual, like, how are you doing? Well, actually, I was assaulted 3 times on a transatlantic flight, but how are you doing? How was your Christmas?
How are you?
Did Santa come?
Do you have any cool trips coming up? Like,
I'm going back to Ireland.
When?
In August for my cousin's wedding. But seeing as how I'm under anonymity, I won't give out her name, but she knows who she is. So
she knows.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out, girl.
Congratulations.
Can't wait.
Already.
Hopefully the flight there is a little less eventful than the previous Christmas one.
Are you doing the same route? Where you're going from New York?
No, I'm going straight. Well, actually, I'm going from Newark. So let's hopefully, I went from JFK last time, Newark, New Jersey. You'd think there'd be better fighters in New Jersey. So I could actually need to be on my toes for that one.
Yeah. Ooh, Jersey boys. They're going to be like.
I don't stand a chance.
But I don't think a lot of Guidos are going to Ireland.
No, they're going to
Italy.
The shore.
Yeah.
They ain't going to Italy. They're going to shore. Yeah. That's not a xenophobic comment against any Italian Americans. They're amazing
you're right.
People.
We're pure Irish.
Exactly. We're proud Irish.
But that's amazing. So I'm happy for you. You're a hero. You're going back to Ireland. Any national trips? Or no?
Hopefully a few. I haven't really picked anything out. I'd like to go to San Francisco. Let's go back to New York without leaving New York and getting assaulted on a flight.
Yeah, that would be nice.
But yeah, just whatever I can kind of get my hands on at this point.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me tell my story.
Yes, this was so lovely. Anything before we leave, Big D, anything you want to plug? Anything you're especially proud of?
I definitely want to plug Shannon Airport and the amazing flight crew of Aer Lingus Flight EI 110 from JFK to Shannon on the 23rd of December, 2018, the year of our Lord. It is Pride Month, so get out there and do some prideful things.
Yes.
Go to a parade.
Are you doing anything fun for Pride?
I'm doing so many fun things for Pride.
Can I come over? I live right by you.
Oh, absolutely. There's so much going on. Check your local listings. Donate to Human Rights Campaign. Donate to the Trevor Project. Just show your support however you can.
Yes.
Be a listening ear to someone.
Yeah.
Just be good to each other. Whether they're gay, straight, bi, trans, non-binary, questioning, whatever. Just don't be a shithead. Don't punch anyone in the face on a transatlantic flight. Just be chill.
Yeah.
We're all in this together. So let's have a good time and not be assholes.
Agreed. That was amazing. Well, I love you so much. I'm so glad that you came on this. And
thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. And we've been Travel Disasters. Stay tuned. Come back for the next episode. Bye.